Why don't parents understand their children? Why won't children confide in their parents? Children blame parents, parents blame children. So, in the end, are the conflicts and discord between parents and children due to parents not understanding their children or children not confiding in their parents? For many young people, the concept of a family home now might simply be a place to return to in the literal sense rather than a sanctuary for the soul. They avoid, they stay silent, they gradually lose the habit of sharing their joys and sorrows with their parents. Children blame their parents for not understanding them, so they don't share. Parents blame their children for not confiding in them, causing the distance to grow. It's like an endless, perpetual loop. Where does the real reason lie? Is it that parents don't understand their children? Understanding is a crucial element in building a strong bond between parents and children. And generational differences in thinking are probably the biggest reason why parents and children struggle to understand each other, leading to unnecessary arguments. But when it comes to generational mindsets, there's no right or wrong. Parents understand their children because they are their flesh and blood, but the problem is they don't understand the mindset of the era their children live in. And vice versa, the same goes for children. Perhaps the unresolved conflicts between parents and children lie within each individual involved. Both parents and children carry unhealed wounds. In the book Sorry, My Child, Parents Also Need Healing by Ngai Kwe, there's a thought-provoking quote. Wounds will always be powerfully transmitted from one generation to the next, whether you want them to or not. In one way or another, parents with countless internal wounds will, in turn, wound their own children. It's a hidden psychological impulse that cannot be suppressed. If wounds persist, they will always be passed on. Raising a child to become a happy adult later in life has nothing to do with whether they live with both parents or not, or if they attend an expensive, prestigious school. Wounded parents will raise wounded children. Happy parents will raise happy children. Children are born a blank slate. The way parents speak, act, and behave becomes the foundation for their future development. And often, parents who grew up with their own pain will also behave and act based on those unresolved issues, thereby drawing similar pains onto their children's blank slates. If parents see their children as a burden, then the child truly becomes a debt. If parents see their child as a gift, then the child will be cherished and loved. Family is a loop of emotions that one generation imposes on the next. You have asterisk to study that major to have a future. Dyeing your hair, getting piercings, tattoos, only uneducated people do things like that. You're worthless, good for nothing. Many people have undoubtedly heard such heartbreaking words from their parents. After hearing these words, children remain silent, but inside them, negative thoughts gradually begin to form. Parents who criticize and disparage their child make them shy, insecure, and timid. Parents who use corporal punishment, verbally abuse, and harshly beat their child make them irritable, loud, and prone to resolving conflicts with violence. Parents who blame their child for being stubborn and disobedient should also reflect on themselves. Do parents see their own wounds reflected in their children? Please note this: I do not intend to generalize or blame a child's wrongdoing solely on their parents. Rather, I want you to recognize that our parents themselves might also be unhealed children. Perhaps they too were children in unhappy families. They might have spent their childhoods surrounded by their parents' nagging, or witnessed corporal punishment and violence, or lacked the love of one parent when their parents divorced. The tragedy is that they themselves don't recognize these wounds. They don't know that they carry a huge void inside, constantly feeling lonely. Something is missing within them, preventing them from experiencing complete joy or happiness. Then one day, when they see numerous scars on their child's arm, they furiously scold them, not understanding that the child is trying to use physical pain to numb their emotional suffering. These visible scars on the child's arm, along with countless invisible emotional wounds within the parents themselves, still need healing. Yet, sometimes in life, they just grow up carrying those wounds as an inevitable part of themselves, without ever thinking about how to soothe and heal them. Will you choose to heal, or will you continue to patch things up, only to unintentionally hurt other children one day? You know, everyone has issues with their parents. You'll eventually realize that every child goes through a phase of hating their parents and wanting to run away from home more than once. Has a heated argument between you and your parents ever escalated to the point where you felt helpless, lost control, rudely blurted out all your repressed emotions, burst into tears, and then stormed off? Your father tried to suppress his anger, yelling for you to stay, while your mother, with red-rimmed eyes, sat silently after hearing her child sob through tears. Everything that has made me miserable until now is because of you, my parents. It's all because of you. If you didn't love me, why bring me into this world? I hate you. Then followed a terrible string of days where no one uttered a word, and a heavy atmosphere enveloped the entire house. The child was filled with resentment, questioning why their parents were so harsh, why they didn't understand them. They only wanted to leave home early and return late at night to avoid their parents. The father became a silent shadow. The mother stopped eating and wept again. Do you see yourself in this story? At that moment, you'll realize that you hate your parents, but you also love them, and you know your parents feel the same way about you. In family psychology, this love-hate relationship with parents is called introjection ambivalence, and also generational conflict. It means that in your relationship with your parents, positive thoughts and negative emotions coexist simultaneously. You stand in a bind, as you are hurt by your parents' actions and words, whether unintentional or deliberate, yet you also feel obligated to fulfill your duties as a child to your creators. Then you feel guilty for hurting them in return. Like a vicious cycle, it leaves you struggling, and this profound internal conflict will cause negative impacts on the mental well-being of both you and your parents. Please understand that loving and hating our parents is a part of the emotions that exist within every child. Learn to accept that this love-hate for our parents is perfectly human, to heal yourself, and to forgive your parents, because they are also human. At that moment, you will see experienced individuals, hearts that have been wounded, souls with voids that need healing. And I'd like to end this podcast with a question for both parents and children. Have you ever taken a moment for yourself and asked, how is the child within you feeling?